Good afternoon and welcome to the Manchester Basketball Centre here in Whalley Range. It's April, it's playoff time, and the road to the finals starts now as we are bringing you the quarter-final matchup between the Manchester Mystics and the Bromsgrove Bears in WNBL Division 2. I'm Kaz Bullock with you throughout today's game on the Manchester Magic and Mystics YouTube channel. So stay tuned for a great game of basketball coming up. We're due to tip off in just over 2 minutes time. Now both teams coming into this one needing a win to get through to the semi-final against the Sheffield Hatters. They were due to face Cardiff and Cardiff forfeited that game, so that takes Sheffield straight through to the semi-finals. So the winner of this game will be heading over to Sheffield next weekend. And the winner moves on to the final at the National Basketball Performance Centre on the 22nd of April. Looking at how these two teams match up, it is very, very close. They're very well matched, especially if you're a neutral fan watching today. You're in for a treat because this is going to be a really exciting one. Teams very, very closely matched up, so 69.7 points per game, the Mystics average. Bromsgrove slightly under with 69, and both teams very, very high scoring teams. They like to run, they like to get out in transition and get those points on the board, so expect a very fast paced game today. So the Mystics, they finished in Pool 2. They finished second in Pool 1 with a 9-3 record. They were behind the unbeaten Sheffield Hatters. Sheffield not having lost a game on court since January 2022. And Bromsgrove also finishing second in Pool 2 in a pretty similar situation where their losses came to the City of Birmingham Rockets and one loss to Derby as they sit at 8-4. These teams last met in October in the National Cup. In the first round, the Mystics winning that one at 61-43, but a bit of a different look for both of these teams today. So, starting for the Mystics, it will be Natalie Lamb, Natalie Furtado, Hannah Alty, Holly Bryan, Rahana Khalil. And for the Bears, we've got Becky Brindley, Dawn Hall, Lucy Buxton, Becky McSwiggan and Jessica Cooper. So teams on court, Manchester in maroon red today and the Bears in black. And for the tip it will be Hannah Alty and Becky McSwiggan. Ball's up and we're underway. And Bromsgrove with the first possession. Oh, and lucky not to make that layup. A great fast start for them. As Khalil controls things for the Mystics, gets it over to Lamb. Round to Furtado. Good ball movement from the Mystics here. Alty shots up and bounces out. Bryan grabs the rebound, kicks it back out. Khalil to Lamb in the corner, threes up and that's no good. Another offensive board for the Mystics. And Furtado again with another offensive rebound. The Mystics doing a great job here. And that's about 4 offensive rebounds in a row for the Mystics. Fantastic job, but so crucial to be able to finish getting those second chance points. Second chance, third chance, fourth chance points. So it's end line Mystics ball. Khalil into Furtado. And that's knocked out. Going to go the way of Bromsgrove. Some great defence there from Jess Cooper. Brindley driving to the basket. Off the glass. Great move and gets the Bears on the board. And Khalil draws the foul on the floor. So that's going to be the first foul on the Bears. Sideline Mystics ball. Lamb to Bryan. And Holly Bryan doing a fantastic job this season. Leads the team in points per game. 12.4 points per game. Had a season high of 22. And has some time playing in the WBBL for the Manchester Met Mystics as well. McSwiggan coming up against Alty. And that's the matchup inside that's going to be a bit tough for the Mystics, as the Bromsgrove Bears have a slight height advantage there. You can see McSwiggan definitely has the advantage over Alty. So McSwiggan at the line for 2. First shot's good. And the second good as well. 4-0 Bears lead. 8:51 to play. Khalil behind the arc. Round to Alty. Bryan driving inside, tough move, and gets it to drop. Holly Bryan with the and one opportunity. And that's a tough move from Holly Bryan. She's been making those difficult shots all season long. And got a chance for a 3-point play, and she converts. Picking up where she left off last week against the Manchester Valkyries. And that big game from her. So 4-3, Bromsgrove lead. McSwiggan backing down Furtado. Can't get the shot to drop, and it just comes off the hands of Furtado. So it'll be end line, Bromsgrove ball. And Furtado with some good boxing out there on that possession. You can see her defending. Ball into McSwiggan. And she draws the foul, so McSwiggan heading back to the free throw line. So Becky Illingworth checking in for Hannah Alty for the Mystics. And that is the second foul on Hannah Alty for the Mystics. So 2 quick fouls there on Alty, and that's a bit of a tough position for the Mystics, as Alty's presence inside is so crucial for the team. As McSwiggan hits the second, increases the lead back to 2. And it's always interesting when you have a team like this who's going to be able to step up into Alty's shoes. And we're stopping the game as the rest on the table just checking something. We've got a problem with the scoreboard. So they'll reset and it'll be Mystics ball from the sideline. Bryan to inbound, gets it to Khalil. Round to Furtado. Bryan, space, she's got space, kicks it out to Khalil. Illingworth gets it back inside, back out to Furtado. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Furtado driving and can't get it to fall, but Illingworth's there, can't finish on the putback. Again, the Mystics doing a really good job on the offensive rebounding, just not able to finish. And Cooper's pass is knocked out. Buxton tries to save it in as she gets it over the court, but it'll go back with the Mystics. So a fast start for both teams here today. Both teams, you can see, playing with passion. They know what's on the line, a trip to the semi-finals in Division 2. Illingworth inside and draws the foul. She'll go, oh no, that's a travel call, sorry. Ball's back with Bromsgrove as we see Shackerberry in for the first time for Bromsgrove. Jess Cooper heading to the bench. So Bromsgrove ball at 5-3. Bears lead with 7:32 to go in the first. Hall to Brindley. Brindley driving against Lamb. And that's a foul on the shot. Lamb just caught the arm of Brindley as she was driving. So that's going to send her to the line, and that's 3 quick fouls on the Mystics in just under 3 minutes. Brindley converts the first. And the second, 2 of 2 from the line, 4-point Bears lead. And that's nearly knocked away by the Bears, and it is. McSwiggan comes up with it, gets it over to Berry. Hall, round to Buxton against Khalil. Buxton driving, hands it off, and it's just knocked out of bounds. Again, going to stay with the Bears. "12 seconds on the shot clock." Hall to inbound. Berry, round to Brindley. Thinking about the three. Pass over to Berry's just a bit too strong. It'll go back with the Mystics. Khalil loses it. Brindley picks it up. Over to Buxton. Buxton against Furtado. Great pass over to Berry, who can't finish. That's tough, and that's unlucky for Berry not to finish on that shot. But ball's out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Bears again, so we get another chance. Brindley into McSwiggan. Hands it off to Hall. Hall passes down. Brindley with space, threes up, and in and out. Picked up by Natalie Lamb. And Lamb powering down the court. Going to stop and slow things down. Over to Khalil. Khalil with space, fires a three and hits. That's a huge shot from Rahana Khalil. We've seen her do that all season long. She's a knockdown three-point shooter. She can get inside, such a difficult player to guard against, as McSwiggan just turns and lays it in. 3-point Bears lead. And Berry nearly steals it away, but Furtado keeps control. Out to Khalil for three again. That one's good. Back-to-back threes for Rahana Khalil, and she ties the game at 9. Brindley driving against Bryan. And nearly stolen away by Nat Lamb. We've seen her do that all season long. Natalie Lamb is such a tough defensive player, as McSwiggan turns and nails it. McSwiggan with a great turnaround jumper. And pass over to Lamb is saved in. Illingworth kicks it over to Khalil, driving the baseline. Has to get it back out. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Lamb pulls up. That shot's no good. Brindley driving against Bryan, can't get the scoop shot to go. It's picked up by Furtado, who gets it over to Illingworth. Illingworth driving against Buxton. And Buxton doing a great job here defensively, nearly picks it off. Khalil for three again and nails it! Rahana Khalil, 3 of 3 from 3. She's got 9 points. And that's a fantastic performance from Khalil here early on for the Mystics. As we'll have a timeout. Mystics take the lead 12-11 behind a massive first quarter from Rahana Khalil. And Khalil, she's been fantastic all season, averaging 11.5 points per game for the Mystics. She was with the Stockport Lapwings last season before making the move over to the Mystics this year. And National Cup winner with the Stockport Lapwings after that epic game back in January last year against the Solent Kestrels, which saw Division 2 Stockport Lapwings beat the Division 1 Solent Kestrels in one of the best games of basketball I've ever seen. If you've not watched it, check it out on the Basketball England YouTube channel. It's an absolutely fantastic advert for the women's game in this country, and just a great performance from two fantastic teams. And you can see how Rahana Khalil plays in that game as well. She's such a tough defender, such a tough knockdown shooter, just a real great all-round player, and is such a legend of Manchester basketball. Doing so much great work as well, coaching, playing, does a bit of everything. But back on the court, we have a 1-point lead for the Mystics. And 4:09 to play. So it'll be Bromsgrove with the inbound. And we see Daisy Bryan in for the Mystics for the first time. As the Mystics are picking up full court here. Mansfield going against Lamb. Hands it off to Buxton. Down to Berry. Brinley fires for three. That one's too short. Picked up by Bryan. And Lamb working against Berry. Out to Illingworth. Illingworth stops, pulls up, and gets the friendly roll. First points of the game for Becky Illingworth. And we got a foul on the floor. That's going to be first foul on Holly Bryan for the Mystics. So she's going to head to the bench, and Grace Tuck checking in. So Mansfield with the inbound. The Bears down 3. Into Buxton. Mansfield inside. Out to Berry. Oh, great passing from Brindley to Buxton, who finishes. And that's the connection you're going to get used to seeing all game from those two. Khalil looking inside to Illingworth. Out. Tuck's got space for three. Shots up and it's good. Grace Tuck with her first points of the game. And Mystics are hot from outside so far. And Grace Tuck as well. A great young player. As Brindley turns and spins to the basket. What a move. Brings the Bears back within 2. Bryan to Tuck. Round to Khalil, nearly stolen away by Buxton, but Khalil keeps control. Drive into the basket. As Mansfield looks to go all the way, doesn't get it to drop, but draws the foul. And Bromsgrove have done a really good job of this quarter. They're able to drive to the basket and they're drawing the fouls from the Mystics, just putting them in a really difficult defensive position. As Illingworth checks out, and Furtado and Whittle, Lola May Whittle coming into the game. Natalie Lamb also heading to the bench for the Mystics. So Mansfield at the line for 2. First shot short. Second's good. 1-point game. Mystics on 5 team fouls, so anytime they foul now, it's going to send the Bears to the line. And if you're Bromsgrove, you're going to look to try and take advantage of that for the last 2 minutes 20 of this quarter. So that's the first foul on Mansfield for the Bears. End line Mystics ball. Oh, apologies. That's a shooting foul. Furtado is shooting. And first shot's no good. Second one bounces out. Another offensive rebound for the Mystics as Bryan grabs it. They've done a really good job of that this quarter, getting those offensive rebounds. The problem they've been having, though, is converting back when they've been getting the rebound. It's great to get them, but obviously you need to get the score afterwards. So refs just resetting. It's sideline Mystics ball as Holly Bryan inbounds over to Daisy. And nearly stolen away by Berry as Furtado steps through, drives to the basket and gets the ball to drop. And Shaka Berry as well, she's been so close to just getting her hands on the ball, getting in those passing lanes as she's been on the court. She's been doing a great job. Might not have come up with a steal, but she's pressuring the ball and making it difficult for the Mystics to move it around. Buxton driving baseline, reverse layup, doesn't go. And ball saved in by the Mystics, but again you see Berry just driving for the ball as Daisy Bryan's floater doesn't drop. She manages to get her own rebound though, and it is endline Mystics ball. Again, Shaka Berry just getting into those passing lines, and the pressure that you put on when you're the player trying to receive that pass and you can see someone coming towards you as well, just makes it that much more difficult dealing with the pressure. Great pass inside from Bryan to Furtado. Again, Furtado draws the foul. So going back to the free throw line. Furtado's first is short. And Nat Furtado averaging 9.2 points per game for the team so far this season. And another player with WBBL experience, having played for the Manchester Mystics in the WBBL. There's a second one short as well. Ball's loose and it's picked up by Daisy Bryan. So Mystics get another chance. Furtado out to Whittle. Whittle drive into the basket, high off the glass, doesn't get it to fall. And the Bears coming back. And that is going to be a foul on Whittle. That's her first, so that sends Brindley back to the free throw line. As she hits the first. And the second, 2 of 2 from the line. We've got a close one on our hands. Back to a 1-point game. Just under 1:20 to play in the first. Bryan, she's got space, spots up for 3. That one bounces out and taps into the hands of Daisy Bryan. Mystics get another chance, and we've got a stoppage in play. As again, the ref's just checking something with the table. So ref just discussing with coach Rhiannon Bailey for the Mystics. It will be sideline ball for the Mystics. We got 1:09 in the first, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Whittle down to Tuck. Tuck driving the lane out to Furtado. Furtado with a long jumper. That one's no good. Wigan grabs the rebound. And Bromsgrove with a chance to take the lead here. Brindley. That shot doesn't go. Tuck almost ducked under the rebound as Berry drives it inside, can't get that to drop, gets the rebound and puts it back in. And Bears back ahead by 1. And Shaka Berry there. First points of the game, again doing a great job defensively. Bryan runs into traffic and that will be a travel call on the Mystics. So quick substitution from Manchester. Becky Illingworth back into the game. Nat Furtado heading to the bench. Berry. Round to Brindley. Shot clocked off. Brindley driving through traffic. Somehow manages to get that one to drop. And 3-point lead for the Bears. 6 seconds. 5. Illingworth. Looks to kick it out. Tuck for 3. That one doesn't fall, and that will do it for the end of the first quarter. 22-19, the Bromsgrove Bears lead over the Manchester Mystics in a real back and forth first quarter. And the Mystics have been led by 9 points from Rohana Khalil, who has gone 3 of 3 from behind the arc and really sparked the Mystics late on in that first quarter as they went ahead And Bromsgrove fighting back to take the lead as we go into the second. And thank you to everybody watching. Thank you for your comments. And got some support there for the Bears and the Mystics. That's what we like to see. So a place in the semi-final against the unbeaten Sheffield Hatters awaits the winner of this game. It's going to be a tough one, but it's playoffs and anything can happen once you get through. And after the semi-final, it will be heading over to the National Basketball Performance Centre on the 22nd of April for the D2 finals. That's what both of these teams have got an eye on. That's where they want to be. That's where everybody wants to be at the end of the season. You want to be the last team standing. And Ritvars, no, I'm afraid we don't have live stats for Division 2 women. I'll do my best to keep you updated with the score that I'm trying to write down on a bit of paper, but I will get it from the table for you at halftime. We'll get you some leading scorers for both teams. So teams back on the court, second quarter about to get underway. That'll be Bromsgrove ball to start things off. Berry. Over to Brindley. Brindley, oh, she's got space for three. Shots up. Oh, unlucky for that not to drop. That was a really good look from Brindley. As Lamb, her pass is knocked away. Who picks it up? It's Berry. Driving against Khalil. Berry has it knocked out by Khalil. Khalil going 1-on-2. Hands it off to Naya. And it's just knocked out. That will be last touch Mystics, so it's going to stay back with the Bears. Mansfield to Brindley, gets it back into McSwiggan. Oh, turns, jumper's good. She has been fantastic at that throughout the game. Just that little turnaround, that jumper. She's got the height advantage, but what a fantastic shot McSwiggan has. As Lamb drives through to the basket, finishes. That's a really tough shot from Nat Lamb. Her first points of the game. And Nat Lamb joining the Mystics this season. She's been a revelation for the team. Such a tenacious defender. As I said before, we don't have live stats, but Natalie Lamb must be, up there with the leading steal leaders in this league. She's so quick and just is able to get her hands in the passing lane. And Illingworth turns. She's blocked by McSwiggan. And Brindley controlling things for the Bears. 3-point game. Berry to Winter. Going against Bryan. Brindley with 6 on the shot clock, driving against Naya, and she's blocked by Naya. Great D from Isha Naya there. So it's end line Bears ball, 5 seconds on the shot clock. So you can get a couple of passes in here, but need to get a shot off relatively quickly. And Mansfield out to Berry. Berry at the buzzer and can't get it to fall. Illingworth jumps in for the rebound. And Bryan with a bit of space there. Left-handed shot doesn't drop. Bears pick it up. Berry to Winter. Inside to McSwiggan. Backing down Illingworth. Has it knocked out. But it's picked up by the Bears. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Brindley, 3 seconds. Needs to put something up. Brindley with a crossover and doesn't get that to fall. As Daisy Bryan comes parrying up the court, kicks it out to Lamb. Lamb round to Bryan for 3, and she hits. Tie game at 24. Daisy Bryan with her first points of the game. Oh, that was a long 2. It was a long 2. Bears still have a 1-point lead. stolen away by Natalie Lamb, who's going all the way and lays it in. And that is exactly what I was talking about. Natalie Lamb is such a quick player. She's able to read those passing lanes and she just gets in the way, steals the ball away. Mystics back ahead by 1. Brindley driving. Oh, tough move to the basket. She's done that a couple of times. Brian's going to slow things down. Lamb, oh, she's got space inside. It's knocked out by Brindley, who picks it up. So Mansfield against Lamb. McSwiggan, she's doubled but hands it off to Brindley, who just banks it in. And that's the problem that McSwiggan causes inside. She's so tough inside. You draw those 2 double teams as Lamb's shot is up. That's no good. McSwiggan draws a double team. She can then kick the ball out to someone. And McSwiggan against Illingworth. Good D from Becky Illingworth there. 3-point Bears lead. Khalil driving, hands it off to Naya, who puts it in. And we will have a timeout. So 28-27 Bears lead with 5:45 to play in the second quarter. A real back and forth game on our hands, just like we were expecting. If you're a neutral fan, you know, you've got to be enjoying this. If you're a fan of either team, it's probably a bit tense. But that's hey, that's the best basketball. So the Mystics, they've been led by 9 points from Rahana Khalil. She hit three straight threes from her in the first quarter. Hasn't scored yet in the second. And for the Bears, McSwiggan, we'll get some points for you at halftime, but McSwiggan, from the eye test for me, she has been fantastic for them. That turnaround jumper that she keeps making, that her size advantage inside is really causing problems for the Mystics in this game, and especially with captain Hannah Alty on the bench at the moment. Her 2 quick fouls in the first means McSwiggan is a really difficult matchup for them at the moment. Malachi, great to see you in the comments. Let's go Mystics, and good luck with your game this afternoon against Worcester, I believe. Again, thank you to everyone that's watching. So back on court. Bears ball as Buxton brings it down. Over to Hall. Winter for 3. That one's no good, but Cooper gets the rebound. And that's an offensive foul call on the Bears. So just the first team foul on them this quarter. As Holly Bryan sets things up for the Mystics. Furtado backing down Brindley. Her shot doesn't go. Picked up by Tuck. Furtado again driving against Brindley and gets it to drop. Mystics back in front. Winter. Brindley going against Bryan. Brindley spins. And she's blocked by Illingworth. As Khalil passes out. Tuck round to Furtado. Bryan with space in the corner drives baseline. That float is a bit short. Buxton 1-on-4, so has to slow things down. Brindley fires for 3 and nails it. That's a big shot from Brindley. Bears ahead by 2 as Furtado looks to answer, and she'll draw the foul on that shot. So Nat Furtado heading back to the free throw line. going to see Shakaberry and Augusta Zaliadonte into the game for the Bears. Brinley and Winter take a seat. Brinley has been fantastic for the Bears this game. Hitting some big shots as Furtado's first shot falls. Second one bounces out. And Buxton against Khalil. Buxton, tough move inside, turns, can't get it to drop. Khalil with the rebound. Mystics with a chance to go back in front. Bryan, and she answers. Left-handed layup, puts the Mystics ahead by 1. Holly Bryan's got 5 points. 1 point game. Buxton turns, great move inside, just can't finish. Gets her own rebound though, kicks it out to Hall for the long 2. That one doesn't fall, and Illingworth and Bryan both fighting for the rebound, realise they're on the same team. Tuck hands it off to Khalil. Khalil thought about the 3. She had the hot hand in the first quarter. And Furtado nearly has it stripped, and Hall comes up with it again. That's the pressure that Berry's been putting on. Buxton over to Berry. Berry with the jumper, no good. And Khalil picks it up. Illingworth. And hands it off to Furtado, who manages to drop it in. That's 9 points for Nat Furtado. Hall directing traffic. Bears down 3. Berry. Pass is knocked out. She manages to save it in. And that was to be a travel call. Ball goes back with the Mystics. Natalie Lamb and Hannah Alty coming back in for the Mystics, and McSwiggan for the Bears now. Mystics able to make a run there with McSwiggan on the bench. Let's see how that changes now she's back in the game. Illingworth with the turnaround, doesn't go. Alty grabs the rebound. And that's a foul on the floor. That's going to be on McSwiggan. As Grace Tuck heads to the bench, and Daisy Bryan coming in for the Mystics. Daisy Bryan, the WEABL Defensive Player of the Year this season. She's been having a great season as Lamb can't finish the layup. But Swiggan turns and lays it in. Back to a 1 point game. Alty on the baseline, and ball's knocked out. It's going to be last touch Mystics, so back with the Bears as we see Becky Brinley coming back in. And Shaka Berry heading to the bench. Berry having done a really, really good job for the Bears defensively the entire time she's been on the court. May not have been scoring as much as some of the other players, but you can tell she's one of those really tough players that just does a bit of everything, does that hard work. Buxton works against Lamb, and it's knocked away. Bryan comes up with it. She's got Bryan and Illingworth ahead of her. Illingworth hands it off to Holly Bryan, who doesn't finish, and again she's going to head to the free throw line. Just checking who that was on. That is on Augusta Zaliadonte. That's her first, as Bryan knocks down the free throw. And the second goes 2 of 2 from the line, takes her to 7 points. Takes the Mystics to a 3 point lead. We've got just over a minute and a half to play in the first half. Buxton driving. And it runs into Alty. I think Alty took a bit of a knock as she went to the floor. Looks like she's okay though. And just checking who that's on. That's on Daisy Bryan, that's her second. So end line ball, Bears, Hall gets it inside. Shot's no good. Bryan to Lamb. Out to Illingworth. Illingworth driving and can't get a shot to drop it. It's tapped out. Again, it's going to come off the Mystics, so Bears get the ball back. Ball over to Brindley. And that's knocked out, going to stay with the Bears. Both, I think McSwiggan thought it was off them, but it's going to stay with Bromsgrove. And both teams really fighting for this. Putting the pressure on defensively as McSwiggan is triple teamed. She's going to get fouled, and that looked like it. Yet that is on Daisy Bryan, so that is going to be her third foul. Be end line ball Bears. So Grace Tuck checking in, and Daisy Bryan going to have to head to the bench on those 3 fouls. So fresh 14 for Bromsgrove. Hall, big pass over to Brindley. Brindley spins, fires. No good. Holly Bryan pulls the rebound down. Over to Tuck. Tuck trying to keep it inside, and she's just going to step out of bounds. So Bromsgrove with the ball back again. Down 3, 46.2 seconds to go here in the first half. Buxton picks it out, McSwiggan with a short jumper and hits. She's been doing that all game long. 1 point game. Alty looking inside, out to Lamb. Lamb's got space, puts up the 3. That one's no good. Offensive board Mystics. And Illingworth saves it in. It's stolen away by Hall. 10 seconds on the game clock. And Brindley has it stolen away by Lamb. Natalie Lamb can't finish that, and it's balls loose. That will do it for the end of the first half. 36-35, the Mystics lead. A little bit of a scrappy end there towards the end of the quarter, but the Mystics head into half-time with a 1 point lead. This has been a real back and forth game. Super exciting if you're a neutral fan, and again, very tense if you're a fan of either team, I imagine. So the Mystics led by 9 points from Rahana Khalil and Nat Furtado. I'm going to get you some stats at halftime. We'll bring you the Bromsgrove's leading scorers. And again, thank you to everybody that's joining us. And Matin Malik, 6 o'clock in the morning, but tuning in to watch the Mystics. We love to see the support. Absolutely fantastic. So we're going to take a quick break for halftime. We'll be back with you in around 10 minutes time for the second half. So make sure to stick around, because this is a game. This is a playoff game. And second half is, I mean, if the second half's anything like the first half, we're all in for a treat. We'll be back in around 10 minutes time. Thank you. Welcome back to the Manchester Basketball Centre. We're about to kick things off for the third quarter between the Manchester Mystics and the Bromsgrove Bears in the quarter-final of the WNBL D2 playoffs. Manchester with a very slim 1-point lead as we look to get things underway for the third quarter. We've had a real back and forth game on our hands today. And a meeting with the unbeaten Sheffield Hatters awaits the winner of this game in the semi-final next weekend. So, some stats for you. Leading the way for Bromsgrove, Becky Brindley has 17 points in the first half. Becky McSwiggan has 13. And for the Mystics, Rahana Khalil and Nat Furtado on 9 points each. And Brindley and McSwiggan, 30 points between them. They've been crucial for this Bears team. And the link up between them, it's working so well. Obviously McSwiggan with the height advantage inside, as I've talked about. She's able to draw that double team and then it leaves someone open, able to kick the ball out. As Khalil, first three of the game that doesn't drop for her. Bears ball, Hall. Brindley against Lamb. Round to Hall. Pass inside. Doesn't drop and it's chased down, but the Mystics come up with it. Alti's got Lamb ahead of her and Khalil. Pass is just a bit too strong. So that'll be a turnover and ball goes back with the Bears. Khalil gets a hand on that, manages to knock it off Buxton, so it'll be Mystics sideline ball. And Rahana Khalil, such a great defender. And the Mystics team, this organisation throughout the academy levels up to the D1 levels for the men's team, really preach defence throughout the whole organisation. Talking to a lot of players, they say, you know, you play defence, the offence comes naturally. As Lamb tries a three, that one's not going to drop. Mystics really on fire from three in the first half as Grace Tuck and Rahana Khalil dropping them in. Haven't hit one yet in the second half. As Buxton drives, that's a tough move. Too strong off the glass. And it's picked up by Lamb. To Brian, and Brian just lays it in at the other end. 9 points for her. And again, Holly Bryan having a really great season for the Division 2 Mystics. Another player that's also involved heavily in the coaching side throughout the Mystics Academy, and a real great player from some of the younger players here to learn from. Hall fires, doesn't go, Buxton picks it up, and that will be a shot clock violation. Brian over to Khalil. Runs into Buxton and holds some good D there from the Bears. Out to Furtado for the long two. That one doesn't go. Brian saves it in, but it's Brindley that'll catch it. Shot doesn't fall for the Bears. Going to stay with them though. Humphreys unable to convert on the shot under the basket. And that's why Hannah Alty is so important for the Mystics, because her presence there, able to just stand in the way as she picks up the loose ball. Over to Lamb. Lamb against Brindley. And shot's just a bit flat there so it doesn't drop. Buxton coming back. Round to Hall, hands it off to Brindley. Brindley runs into Khalil, and that is going to be an offensive foul call. Rahana Khalil taking the charge for the Mystics, putting her body on the line. And that is going to be a foul on Brinley. As we see Jess Cooper check in. And Lucy Humphreys heading to the bench for Bromsgrove. Bryan into Furtado. Back to Khalil. Khalil with the short jumper. Hits it. 11 points for Khalil. Mystics have a 5-point lead. Buxton. Short jumper's no good. Mystics coming back on the attack. Over to Alti. Khalil for 3. That one's in and out. Cooper pulls the rebound down. Buxton driving against Alti and lays it in off the glass. That's a difficult move. That gives Buxton 4. Leads back down to 3. Alti inside, out to Lamb. Lamb on the baseline, floaters up and bounces about and then drops in. Brinley against Lamb. Driving to the basket. Shot's no good, but she'll get fouled and she will go back to the line. As we'll have a timeout, Bromsgrove. Coach Sarah Wellborn wants to talk things over with the team as the Mystics have come out the stronger of the two here in the third quarter. 42-37, a 5-point lead for the Mystics. We've got 5:44 to play in the third. And again, thanks to everybody watching on the live stream. Billy Beddoe, great to see you and congratulations on your CBL win a week ago. Feels like a long time ago now, but Shenley Brookend taking the CBL title. So as this is a quarter-final game, this is going to be the last home game of the season for the Manchester Mystics. Whoever wins today's game will be heading over to Sheffield next weekend, and then the final, the Division 2 playoff final, will take place at the National Basketball Performance Centre on April the 22nd. That'll be alongside the Men's Division 3 final and the Men's Division 2 final as well, before Division 1 men and women's teams have their games on Sunday the 23rd. So if you're in the area, or if you're not in the area and fancy a trip to Manchester, get your tickets on the Basketball England website. It's always a great weekend of basketball and a real showcase for the talent that we've got in this country. But back on the court, Becky Brinley is at the line for 2. She's been huge for the Bears this game. First shot doesn't drop. She had a huge 22 points in the Bears' last game against Coventry. And she hits the second free throw. Takes her to 18 in the game. Khalil thought about the 3, kicks it over to Lamb. She's got space, driving, can't get that to drop. Ball's knocked loose and it's picked up by Berry. Buxton going against Bryan. Some great D there from Holly Bryan, who steps in the way, knocks it out. As Furtado comes powering down the court, runs into 2 Bears players, and that will be a travel call. McSwiggan looking a little bit like she took a bit of a hard hit there. And that's something that the Bears have been doing really well. You've got McSwiggan with the height advantage inside, and when you're a smaller player, when you're one of the guards coming up against them, you've either got to stop, pull back out, or they force you into a difficult position, and like they just did there, force the travel. Mansfield hands it off to Brinley. Brinley for 3. That's a deep 3, and she hits that from all the way from Bromsgrove. She's got 21, 1 point game. And Alty just loses it out of bounds, so it's back with the Bears. A chance for them to take the lead here. And coming out of that timeout, Coach Sarah Wellborn going to be very pleased with how Bromsgrove have come out. Brindley with a massive 3 for the Bears. Mansfield looks to get it in. Brindley against Bryan. Over to McSwiggan. And McSwiggan can't finish on the layup. So it's picked up by Khalil. 4:36 to play in the third. And Berry nearly knocks it away. Khalil out to the inside. Furtado round to Bryan. Bryan for 3. That one's too strong. And it's picked up by McSwiggan, who will get fouled. And that will be on Holly Bryan. I think that is her second. Yeah, that's second foul on Holly Bryan. So she's going to check out. Grace Tuck back into the game along with Becky Illingworth for the Mystics. And Grace Tuck hitting a big 3 early on in the first quarter. She's a knockdown 3-point shooter. And also a really tough defender. As Brindley hands it off, and it's just put in by Cooper. So the Bears take the lead. Tuck. Khalil under the basket, and it's saved. Oh, it's not saved in by Alty. I see what she was trying to do, knock it off one of the Bears players, just couldn't quite get there in time. So ball's back with Bromsgrove. Brindley backing down Lamb. Using the screen from Berry. As McSwiggan tries the short jumper, that doesn't go. Who's there for the rebound? It's Berry. And Khalil just blocks it, picks it up. She's got Tuck ahead of her. Hands it over, and Tuck layup's no good. Ball's loose. And Berry, she's got Alty ahead of her. Steps through, can't finish. And that'll go back the way of the Mystics, and that's some great defence there from Hannah Alty, just stepping in the way, not committing the foul, just making the shot really difficult for Berry to finish. The Mystics look to go back ahead. Khalil stops, pulls up from the free throw line and hits. That takes her to 13. Brindley into McSwiggan. She's doubled again, passes it down. Mansfield drives through and finishes. And again, that's what happens. McSwiggan draws the double team. So there's going to be someone open on the Bears squad. Tuck over to Lamb. Tuck gets it back, tries a 3. That one's too strong. Chases down her own rebound, and she's blocked by McSwiggan. Brindley driving to the basket, can't get it to fall. And knocked out by Cooper. So Mystics get the ball back as Humphries checks in. And Becky McSwiggan going to the bench. Such a crucial player for the Bears. She has been making things difficult for the Mystics all game long. And Tuck for 3, hits! Brindley tries to answer, no good. And a scoop layup, Brindley doesn't go. Offensive board for the Bears. And they'll draw the foul. That last shot by Tuck was a long 2 again. So just 1 point lead for the Mystics. As Bromsgrove want a timeout, want to talk things over. Again, the third quarter just picked off where the first half left off. 1 point game for the Mystics. This lead is just changing hands all the time. And Becky Brindley having a huge game for Bromsgrove. 21 points for her. Rahana Khalil has 13 for the Mystics. And this is going to be a close one as we bring things to the close towards the end of the third quarter. We've still got another quarter of basketball to play, but this is a really exciting game on our hands today. So teams coming back on court. We've got 1:41 to play here in the third. And it's games like this that make me wish we had a series. Who'd like a best of 3, best of 5 of these two teams competing? But it's a one and done. It's a win and you advance, lose and you go home. As Lucy Humphries is at the line for 2. First shot just rolls out. Second one bounces out as well. The Bears get the offensive board. As Manfield kicks it out to Berry, who tries a 3. That one's too strong. And Humphries again gets fouled on the shot, so she's going to go back to the line. And that's on Illingworth, so that's her second for the Mystics. 4th team foul for the Mystics this quarter. As Humphries gets the roll on that, gets her first points of the game. Second one bounces out, tie game at 46. As Alti gets fouled. Looked like Bromsgrove were going in for the jump ball, but just committed the foul. So that's on Humphries, that's her first. Just under 90 seconds to play, tie game as Lamb kicks it out to Tuck. Tuck for 3. That one's no good. Alti gets the rebound. Driving through traffic and it's picked up by the Bears. It's Cooper, looks to hand it off. Over to Mansfield. Pass is knocked away and picked up by Khalil. Khalil stops, swings it round. Tuck over to Lamb. Tuck in the corner. Driving the baseline, swings out to Illingworth. And that'll be a travel call. Again, Mansfield doing a good job there for the Bears, just standing in the way, making Illingworth have to causing Illingworth to commit the turnover, forcing her into a difficult position. The 6 picking up full court as Lamb's going against Brindley. Into Humphries. Oh, great pass over to Mansfield. Hands it off and it just bounces out. There's Illingworth and Mansfield fighting for the rebound. Alti comes up with it. 15 seconds in the third. Lamb, round to Alti. Alti with space for 3. That one doesn't go. Brindley with the rebound, got 8 seconds. Brindley to Cooper. Cooper for 3. That one's no good. Khalil with the rebound. And the end of the third quarter, we are tied at 46 all. What a game. This is playoff basketball. A place in the semi-final awaits the winner of this one. And I want a best of 5 series here. I want to watch this. I want to watch these two teams just keep playing. Let's take overtime. Let's take triple overtime. This is a fantastic game, showing some of the great female players we have in this country in Division 2. So Bromsgrove, they have been led by 21 points from Becky Brindley, 13 points from Becky McSwiggan. And the Manchester Mystics, 13 points from Rahana Khalil and 9 points each from Nat Furtado and Holly Bryan. Now let's see which team is going to take over in the fourth. Mystics have been hot from 3 today. Really good 3-point shooting from behind the arc in the first quarter. Didn't take quite so many in the second. They've got back into it in the third. And Becky Brindley hitting some big shots for the Bears. But they've been able to get inside. So they've been, whilst the Mystics have looked to take the outside shot or take the sort of long jumpers, the Bears have been able to get inside, especially with McSwiggan and Brindley driving to the basket. So that's been working well for them. You don't think they're going to deviate too much from that. If it's working, it's working. Keep going. So 10 more minutes of basketball. .46 all. It's Bears ball to start things off. Berry. Round to Cooper. Cooper. Shot's no good. Holly Bryant gathers the rebound for the Mystics. Chance to go ahead here. Bryant driving through traffic. Can't get the shot to fall. Brindley, she had 17 points in the first half. Hands it off to Berry. Berry stepping through. No call on that one. It's picked up by Holly Bryant. And that's a foul on Humphries for the Bears. That's just her second. It's going to be sideline Mystics ball. Alty hands it off to Lamb. And that goes out of bounds. Ball is back with the Bears. And I've been hearing a drumming the entire game. I've not been able to see where it's coming from. I've just spotted the owner of the drum over on the Mystics side, cheering the Mystics on. Brindley driving, stops, pulls up, and can't get that to fall. Offensive board though for the Bears. Can't get that second chance. As Lamb, great spin move. Oh, that's going to be an offensive foul call. Great D from Mansfield to draw the charge from Lamb. So Bears get the ball back, a chance to go ahead here. Really tight game on our hands. Berry to Brindley. And that shot's no good. Second chance for the Bears as Brindley drives through, can't get it to fall. Daisy Bryant with the rebound. She had those 3 fouls in the first half. Bryant runs into traffic, foul on the floor. So that is going to be the 3rd team foul on the Bears. So end line Mystics ball. So that's just the second team foul on the Bears. First for the Mystics. And Bryan with the inbound. Needs to get it inside. Over to Daisy Bryant. Working against Brindley. It's stolen away by Berry. Berry 1 and 3 against the Mystics. And that will be a blocking foul called on Nat Furtado. Just may have not had her feet quite set as she was looking to take the charge at the other end. So that's going to be Berry at the line for 2, and that is just the first personal foul on Nat Furtado. Berry's first shot is no good. Bounces out, but she gets her own rebound. drives through, in and out, and gets it to fall. Great move from Shaka Berry. Misses the free throws, chases down her own rebound, and goes back for the putback to put the Bears ahead by 2. Alty to Bryan. Bryan driving. Foul on the floor, so that will be a sideline ball for the Mystics. So that's the 3rd team foul on the Bears, and that is going to be on Mansfield. That's her 2nd, as Rahana Khalil comes back into the game. Nat Lamb heading to the bench for the Mystics. And Khalil, the hot hand from 3 in the first half, where she hit 3 straight 3-pointers. And ball's tapped. Furtado comes up with it. It's loose. It's going to be a jump ball call. And that will be the way of the Mystics. Again, some great D here from the Bears. Both teams just fighting after every possession. Bryan. Into Khalil. Khalil with the shot. And hits! That's another big 3 from Rahana Khalil. She's got 16 points. Mystics back ahead by 1. Brindley to Mansfield. It's getting loud in here. I hope you can still hear me. As Mansfield has the end line ball. Over to Brindley. Brindley, and looks like we've got a foul call on the floor before the shot. So it's end line, Bears ball. That's the 2nd foul on Nat Furtado for the Mystics. Brindley with the inbound. Great pass into Buxton. Buxton can't get it to finish. Bryan just slows things down for the Mystics. Round to Illingworth. Khalil nearly has it knocked away by Berry. Khalil kicks it out. Bryan. Over to Holly Bryan, and we've got a 3, it looks like a 3-second call inside. So that'll be a turnover for the Mystics, and back with the Bears. And Shaka Berry, super impressed with her this game. She's been a menace on defense. She's been making it really difficult for the Mystics. 1-point game, 7 minutes to play. Brindley driving the lane, runs into traffic. Alty picks it up. Alty. And Bryan straight underneath the basket. Can't get the layup to fall. Bears with a chance to go back ahead. McSwiggan turns against Illingworth. Drives and ball's loose. Alty over to Bryan. Khalil on the baseline. And that is going to be a foul call. I think that will be on Berry. He was just a little bit late. Yep, that's on Berry. And that's her second. She was just a little bit late as she was running down, chasing down Khalil. Bryan into Khalil. Off the screen from Alty. Khalil out to Bryan. Bryan for 3. That one's too strong. Humphries grabs the rebound, gets it to the hands of Brindley. She's got Buxton way ahead of her. Buxton turns, spins off the glass, can't get it to fall. Gets her own rebound. The Bears are going to reset. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Humphries inside, no good. And Alty, there you see the presence of Hannah Alty standing in the way underneath. That's why she's so important to the Mystics. As Bryan drives, can't get the shot to fall, and Illingworth just puts it back in. That's 4 points for Illingworth in the game. And that's just a reaching foul. That's going to be on Holly Bryan. That's her third for the Mystics. And both the Mystics and the Bears on 14 fouls each. We've still got 5:41 to play in the last quarter. So Holly Bryan going to the bench, Natalie Lamb coming back in for the Mystics. Mystics with a 3-point lead here in the fourth. No teams had a lead bigger than 4 points in the second half. Buxton. Great pass inside to McSwiggan. And Illingworth jumps in, grabs it, and that's a jump ball call, so it's going to stay with the Bears. And Becky Illingworth just after every ball here. Buxton to Berry. And Illingworth again fighting for the loose ball. Berry trying to keep it alive. And that'll be a foul call on Illingworth. That's her third. So Berry at the line. First one doesn't drop. Berry, as I mentioned before, been so good on defence for this Bears team this game. As the second one doesn't drop, Khalil with the rebound. I wish we had live stats for D2 because Rahana Khalil and Becky Lynn was doing a fantastic job on the boards rebounding this game. As Lamb finds some space, back out to Alty from the free throw line. Shot's no good. McSwiggan with the rebound gets it over to Brinley. Brinley with that huge 17-point first half for the Bears. Buxton driving, hands it off. Humphreys manages to finish. That's a tough move from Humphreys. As Natalie Lamb looks to answer at the other end and can't finish. And looks like I think that is a holding foul on the Mystics. That will take them to 5 team fouls, and we still have 4:45 to play. So yep, that'll be shots for the Bears. And the Bears, every time the Mystics foul now until the end of the game, that'll be free throws for them. And that was the 4th foul on Becky Illingworth, so she's going to go to the bench. And you wonder how long Coach Rhiannon Bailey might sit her on the bench for, because obviously her height inside. She's been really good defensively as Buxton hits the first. Tie game. Bears can take the lead with this. And they do. 6 points for Buxton in today's game. 1 point Bears lead. Khalil looking for some help. Gets it over to Lamb. It's nearly stolen away by Buxton. And Khalil for 3. That one doesn't go. Bears ahead by 1. And Mystics need to be careful here when they're defending. Any fouls they commit is going to send the Bears to the line. And that will be a foul on Hannah Alty. So that is going to send Bromsgrove to the free throw line. And that's going to be the 3rd foul on Alty. As we've got a timeout. So 52-51 Bromsgrove lead with 4:16 to play in the 4th quarter. They have been led by 21 points from Becky Brinley and 13 from Becky McSwiggan. Lucy Buxton hitting some big free throws just a few seconds ago to put the Bears ahead. And 16 points for the Mystics for Rahana Khalil, 9 points for Holly Bryan and Nat Furtado. So just 4:16 to play. And the Mystics in a bit of foul trouble here, 5 team fouls. And the Bears can definitely take advantage of that. If they can drive to the basket, draw those fouls, you're going to get Mystics players in foul trouble and you're going to get the free throw shots. So this is a game that can be won at the free throw line. And Bromsgrove on 14 fouls, so not yet in the bonus for the Mystics. So teams back on court. It's playoff time. It's win or go home. A place in the semi-final against the Sheffield Hatters awaits. As Humphreys will be shooting 2. First one's no good. Second one doesn't drop. Khalil with another rebound for the Mystics. He's got Furtado ahead. Swings it round to Lamb. Thought about the 3. Out to Khalil. Tuck. Lamb. Drive into the basket. Hands it off to Alty. Great pass underneath. Alty's blocked. Lamb picks it up. Can't finish. Alty puts it back in. And that's Hannah Alty's first points of the game. 53-52. Mystics lead. Just over 3.5 minutes to play. Brindley coming up against Lamb. Hands it over to Buxton. Buxton stops. Back to McSwiggan. Kicks it round to Brindley. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Brindley. Shot's no good. Khalil with another rebound. Over to Lamb. Natalie Lamb lays it in off the glass and the Mystics go ahead by 3. Buxton looks to answer. Hands it off. Humphreys with the short jumper. Bounces out. Buxton chases down the rebound. So another chance for the Bears. Humphreys inside. Great pass to McSwiggan. I think that's a foul call. Coach Rhiannon Bailey was looking for something else, but that is a foul call, and that is the 4th foul on Nat Lamb. So McSwiggan at the line for 2. First shot's good. Second, also good. Back to a 1-point game. 55-54, 3:05 to play. What a game this has turned out to be. We knew these teams were quite evenly matched coming into this one. And they've absolutely been putting on a fantastic display today. Brian. Round to Khalil. Khalil gets jumped on by Brindley, who was just going for looking to block the shot. There was nothing intentional there as she jumped into Khalil. So that's going to send Rahana Khalil to the free throw line. That's the 3rd foul on Brindley. First shot's good for Khalil. Second good as well. She's got 18 big shots for Rahana Khalil for the Mystics. Back ahead by 3. Brindley to Buxton. Buxton passes out. McSwiggan with the long 2. That one doesn't go. And ball's out. Last touch is Bear, so he's back with the Mystics. Two and a half minutes to play. Brian. He's got space, pulls up from the elbow and hits! Holly Bryan with a huge basket for the Mystics. And Buxton runs into that Furtado, and that will be an offensive foul call. As the ball's turned over and back with the Mystics. We'll have a timeout. Bromsgrove. Mystics turning up the pressure here in the last few minutes of the fourth quarter. They have a 5-point lead. That's the biggest lead we've seen in this half so far. They have been led by Rahana Khalil, who has 18 points, hitting some clutch free throws a few seconds ago. And Holly Bryan has 11 points. She's been leading the team in scoring so far this season. 12.4, had a huge 22-point game a few weeks ago. And she's been coming up big for the Mystics today. And just 2:09 to play. Who takes that semi-final place to play the Sheffield Hatters next weekend? Let's find out. So it'll be sideline ball Mystics. Bryan inbound into Khalil. Khalil working against Buxton. Bryan driving, kicks it down. It's too strong as the ball comes this way, so it'll be a turnover back with the Bears. As Bryan drove into traffic, got into a bit of trouble on the baseline, so had to swing it out. Buxton steps through, comes up against two Mystics, turns, spins, in and out, unlucky for that not to fall, gets her own rebound, and is fouled as she tries to put it back in, so that is going to send Buxton to the line. And that is going to be on Holly Bryan, so that is foul number 4 on Bryan. Still with 1:49 to play, and that sends Lucy Buxton to the line. She hit a couple of free throws a few minutes ago. First shot short. Second, rolls out. Berry's there for the rebound. Can't put it back in. Fighting for it again. And it'll go off the Bears, so it's back with the Mystics. But again, Shaka Berry just fighting for the ball. She's been great this game. Bryan into Alty. Mystics have time here, can run down the clock if they want to. Khalil going against Buxton. 7 seconds. And Khalil draws the foul, so that's going to send her to the free throw line. And Rahana Khalil, a really experienced veteran player, having played with the Stockport Lapwings for so many seasons. Having her here in Manchester is a great learning opportunity for some of the younger players on this team. She's got a chance here to increase the lead for the Mystics and hits the first free throw. That takes Khalil to 19. And second one doesn't fall. 6-point Mystics lead. Bears with the ball. Brinley driving, loses it. It's picked up by Furtado. Nat Furtado on the break. She's all alone. Lays it in off the glass. She's got 11. Mystics lead is up to 8. Bears need to get some quick points here. Brinley over to Berry. It's knocked out by Khalil. Alty tries to pick it up, but it's... Oh, it is off. It is off the Bears, so it'll go back with the Mystics. As Khalil took a bit of a hard fall. Looks like she's okay. Rahana Khalil has been an amazing job for the Mystics. .110 to play in the fourth. Khalil. Again, time's on the Mystics side here. They don't need to take any quick shots. They can look for the right shot. And that is just going to be a backcourt violation as Khalil just put her foot backwards and stepped back over the line in the half court. So Bears ball from the sidelines. They need to get... So the Bears, on the other hand, do need to get something off rather quickly. think they're going to look to Brindley for either a three. To drive inside, Brindley hands it off to McSwiggan. Great pass, and McSwiggan finishes. And we've just got a stoppage in play. So McSwiggan's got 17. Leads down to 6. And the table just resetting the clock, putting the time back on the board. So we've got 54.2 seconds. Khalil. Round to Furtado. Furtado going against Berry. Tuck. Over to Alty. Alty for 3. That one's too strong. Brindley with the rebound. Hall over to Buxton. Buxton charging down the court, hands it off to McSwiggan. That's short, but she gets her own rebound. And Hall passes inside to Berry, alone under the basket, drops it in. The Bears calling for a press, need to pick up full court. 4-point game, 16 seconds. Alty. And she's fouled. So that'll stop the clock with 14.3 to go. And the Bears are down by 4, so some big free throws here for Hannah Alty. That's foul number 2 on Dawn Hall, as the Bears will have a timeout. So 4-point lead for the Mystics, 14.3 seconds to go. Hannah Alty will be at the line for 2. So if you're the Bears, you've got to look at this. If she makes 2, that's the risk you take. Fouling at this point in the game, but you've got to quickly get back up the court. You either need a very quick 3 or just to get a quick shot under the basket, pick up full court, and you need a steal. And if Alty goes 1 of 2 from the line, leads up to 5 again. Quick 3-point shot, quick shot inside. Just need to get some points quickly with 14.3. It's tough, but we've seen the speed of Brindley, so she can get up the court, let's say 4 or 5 seconds off the clock, but it's going to have to be a quick shot after these free throws. So Hannah Alty with 2 points in the game so far. She's going to be at the line for the Mystics. And it suddenly got very quiet in here as the first shot doesn't go. So if she misses the second, Bears need to dive in for the rebound and get up the court as quickly as they can. For the Mystics, they just need to get the ball and hold it if it misses. Shot's no good. And there we go. Rebound Bears, 12 seconds to go. Buxton over to Brindley. Need to get something up. Brindley. She's going to try the 3 and hits! Becky Brindley with a massive 3 for the Bears. Brings them to within 1. 3.6 to go. That is a huge shot from Becky Brindley. A 3 under pressure with time running down. Oh my goodness, this is a 1-point game. The score hasn't updated it. Yes, it's now updated. 62-61. Manchester lead, 4.3 on the clock. So Manchester will have the inbound, and if you're the Bears, you are going to foul straight away and send someone to the free throw line. Make the Mystics win this at the free throw line. That's a huge shot from Becky Brindley. She's got 24 points in the game so far. She had a massive 17-point first half and just knocking down a massive 3 under pressure in this quarter-final game. It is win or go home. It's playoff time. Neither of these teams want to go home by the looks of it. So as the Mystics look to inbound, if you're the Bears, if you can get a steal, that's exactly what they're going to be looking to want to do. But you've got to do it quickly. If you can't do it quickly, you need to foul to send the Mystics to the line. Otherwise, you're going to run out of time. So it's going to be Mystics ball from the sideline. And Holly Bryan with the inbound. And keep an eye on Berry. She's been a problem defensively all game for the Mystics. Bryan gets it into Alty, and Alty's fouled by McSwiggan, so that's going to put Hannah Alty back at the line. And the Bears and refs just discussing it, so it looked like they're going to need to put a little bit of time back on the clock. See if they do. At the moment it stands at 2 seconds, so Alty at the line for 2. First shot's no good. Second one bounces out, rebound Bears, it's fought for by Khalil. They're just going to run out of time, and that will do it for the quarter-finals. 62-61. The Mystics are moving on to the semi-finals to face the Sheffield Hatters. Becky Brindley with a massive shot for the Bears to bring them so close, back within 1 with 4.2 seconds left. They have absolutely battled throughout this game. This has been an absolute showcase of a game for Division 2 and the teams that we have in this league. What a game on our hands. Mystics come out on top, but it's one of those games where it's so tough to see that someone has to go home and lose. So now I will start a campaign for a best of 5 series in the WNBL D2 playoff round, please. NBL and Basketball England. I want to see these two teams match up again. What a game. The Manchester Mystics, led by Rahana Khalil, who had 19 points, hit 3 straight threes in the first quarter, and Nat Furtado and Holly Bryan, 11 points each. The Bears, a massive game from Becky Brindley, 24 points, that massive 3 towards the end of the game, and Becky McSwiggan, just adding up, 17 points. 17 points for her. She was crucial inside. She was doing such a great job defensively. And also I just want to give a huge shout out to Shaka Berry. She had 6 points in the game, but she was so good defensively and really making an impact off the ball. That's the kind of thing you don't always see on the stat sheet, but she played tough the whole game. So heading on to the semi-finals against the Sheffield Hatters. Next weekend will be the Manchester Mystics. That will be in Sheffield, so we won't be able to bring you that one. Now, Sheffield unbeaten since January 2022. So the Mystics will be looking to cause an upset, much like they did last season against the Stockport Lapwings in the semi-final. So keep an eye on the NBL social media, the Manchester Mystics social media and the Hatters social media to see what the result of that game is going to be. But in the meantime, thank you to everyone that's joined us today, and thank you to everyone that has joined us throughout the season and supported this team on the Manchester Magic and Mystics YouTube channel. We'll be back next season, and hopefully we'll be at the National Basketball Performance Centre on the 22nd of April, but we'll have to wait and see who makes the final. So final score here is 62-61. The Manchester Mystics moving on to the semi-final in WNBL Division 2. We'll catch you next time.